Okay, we got a 2013 Dodge Dart here. I had previously changed the transmission fluid or filled the transmission fluid in my other Dart, and it's kind of a pain, so I wanted to make a video on this, maybe help somebody else out. And first of all, I'm just going to show you some of these tools here you're going to be using. Okay, what I've done, I've got a piece of about 2 foot, not quite 2 foot. This is heater hose. 1/2 inch or 5/8 would probably get the job done. And I've just kind of crammed this funnel into it here. So you're going to need to get some heater hose, and then on the end here, what I'm using that's worked out perfectly, I've just jammed this 5/8 coupling. Now you could use a plastic coupling or whatever. This is what I found that I had handy that worked. It's just a 5/8 heater hose coupling crammed into the end. This fits perfectly into where the bolt comes out of to do the feel. So first and foremost, you need something like that. This is the tool to check, and it's got the millimeters or whatever units you can read on there. And once we get it up to 50 degrees, which it takes, 10-15 minutes, 25 would be perfect. It says 26, and we got a chart here. Just go ahead and show you that. So you can look up this chart, and you see it gives us at 50 degrees minimum 21, 26, and then max 26. And then as we go up, so if we go up to 55 degrees, it gets hotter, then we're going to have to adjust. It's going to be 23, the minimum, and so forth. So, but what I do is once I get it to 50, check it from there. And that's where it starts. You can find this chart online, but you can see as you go up 5 degrees, you have to adjust it a few millimeters as it continues to go up. So that there, then we've got a 24 millimeter. You can use a longer ratchet if you want. This is going to work best for the bolt on top that we're going to fill with, and a little cheater pipe to get it loose. And let's see, I've only got 5 quarts here. We got 4 and then 1 more. Now you're probably going to need 6 quarts. I'm going to have to get another one, but from what I learned from the other one, 5.5 is about perfect. But if you got 5 quarts in here, I think you're going to be just fine. Now, one thing you could do as far as filling it is drain it out. If you don't have any leaks, put back exactly what comes out, unless it's like way less than 5 quarts, because you should be getting about 5 quarts. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. And now we've got to get the car up to where we're going to have to be working from underneath. Okay, so easy enough. First thing is I'm going to drive it up on ramps here. Okay, so we got the front on. Okay, so we have to use a jack to lift it up onto these because the vehicle's so low. We can't just drive it on there. So we're going to be lifting these points on both sides, and we're just going to push the ramp under there in that direction, and that will get us level. And I'm going to be using 2 jacks just to kind of keep it even. It does help. As an added security, you may want to have somebody hold the brakes or get something to kind of scotch these front wheels just to be extra safe. Okay, so you see we just got it set on there that way, so the car is not going to be able to roll or anything once we get these set down. We're just going to set the weight. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Okay, so you locate the front here. Your plug's going to be right back here behind it. Okay, and like I said, I'm just using a little 6/7 inch 3/8 ratchet with this 24. I'm having no trouble breaking it loose. So I got my pan down here, of course. And we'll pour this up and see how much. Okay, now the washer, you got to watch for it will fall down in your pan. Now this is really, really dark. This has probably not ever been changed. We'll see how much fluid's going to come out. And we'll pour it up. Okay, and while that thing's draining, I just wanted to talk about this for a minute. Now, this part right here is your vent. You do not want to try to fill in this tube right here. The only thing you're going to do is make a mess. It seems no matter how slowly you pour it, you're going to make a mess with that. So you don't want to do that. Okay, now the area that we're going to be going with our funnel is down through here. There's a lot of stuff in the way, so I can't even begin to show you where this is at, but it's down in there. And what I do, okay, I can kind of see it, but I don't think you can see it with the, okay, right there, if it would focus in. I pulled those wires out of the way. It's like right in there. It's not wanting to focus in, but that's where we're going to be going in regardless with our funnel. And what I do is I just kind of feed it down through here, and then I go underneath and set it in place because it's impossible to do from up here. But that's where that plug is. That's where we're going to be putting that funnel. Okay, I just wanted to give you a close-up of the chart again. So if you need to pause it and look at this. Now you want to take and clean the magnet off really good. Now I'm still going to have to fish my washer out before I can put this back. So I'm going to go find my magnet. Okay, so I was incorrect. The washer is aluminum, so magnet doesn't do any good, but I did get it out of there. Okay, so it's barely dripping. I'm going to go ahead and put this back. Now I can say on my other one that it was pretty well bone dry, the transmission. And I managed to get 6 quarts in it. So I'm curious to see exactly where this is at. But 6 quarts was right at the max. I mean, I was a little low, and I went ahead and just added that remainder of that half a quart and put it right at the max, but it's fine. I got that snug back up. Okay, so I got it propped over here letting it drain, and it's only got 3 quarts in it. So it's definitely going to be a little bit low. Okay, at this point, I'm going to start feeding my funnel down in here, and I'm just going to push some wires out of the way or something. It might actually be better to go from here. And so it's kind of hard to show you exactly. What I want to do is push it down there far enough where I can reach it from the bottom and set it into place though. So we're going to just leave that right there. Okay, now we get to the fun part. We got to go into the car. I've got some cardboard down. Got our 24 3/8 over here. So we're going to go ahead and crawl under here now. Okay, so if you can see where we're at, this is the CV axle on the passenger side. This is the exhaust. And I keep forgetting to mention, you want to have on a sweatshirt, definitely long sleeves, because you got to reach above the exhaust when you go to check this. And I did, it was no problem. You know, I wouldn't suggest getting the car, you know, as hot as possible, but you are going to have to get it up to temperature to get the transmission fluid up to temperature. But you can see the bolt right there at the end of my finger, and we're going to go up with the 3/8 ratchet, and that's where we're going to be taking it loose. Like I said, if you come in here, you find the back of your oil pan, CV axle going in, right up at the top, right there is that 24 millimeter fuel plug. And then, of course, this is the exhaust right here. All right, so I just want to back up here and give you an image. So this is the exhaust you're having to reach above, and the plug is right up there. Here is the CV axle. So what I'm doing is I'm feeding the ratchet up this way, going over the top there, setting it on to that 24 millimeter, making sure, and it may try to fall off on you. But that's the way I'm feeding the handle to the back, because I need to get around on the back side of it to actually get the leverage to break this loose. So I'm going to have to get around and reach around from over here to pull on it. Yeah, there's just so little room to show you, but said I'm reaching over in here with my hand and kind of stabilizing it with this other one. And this wasn't very hard to break loose. And then I'm just kind of reaching around. You can see, and this is going to have a washer as well, right there. I'll take that off. Now I'm going to reach up here. You can see the hose that I shoved down there. So I'm going to shove enough slack, and we're going to feed it right in there, just like that. So as long as you got that in there good, it goes down to the little middle part of the coupling, you won't have any problems. And I'm not saying just dump it in here, but you can pour it pretty fast and there's no issues putting it in this way. So we're going to go ahead and get back up top, and I'm going to put at least 4 quarts in there, and I'm assuming it's going to take a lot more than that, so I don't know. But maybe we'll start with 4 and just get it up to temperature and see what we got. Okay, so we're ready to go ahead and start getting some transmission fluid in here. All right, so we'll start pouring this in. And I said the last time I did this, I was able to get it to go pretty quick. Now it might even go quicker if you loosen the vent cap over there, but because it seems like it was going down even faster the last time I done this. I'm almost changed my mind. I think I'm going to add the 5 quarts. I'm going to add this in the other quart, and if I have to, I can drain some out. It ain't no big deal, because I really don't feel like that 4 quarts is going to get me where I need to be. I don't think it's going to be that close. I could be wrong. So we've about got these 4 quarts in here. But I don't know, I'm kind of debating it, because I really feel like that it's going to probably take 5 quarts to get it to the level that I need to be. So there, I've got 4 quarts in. And I don't know, maybe I'll crank it up and check it here. Okay, I've made a decision. I'm going to go ahead and put the 5 quarts in here because I really feel like it's going to take at least 5. And if I have to, I'll drain a little bit out. But I just feel like it's not even going to register with the 4 quarts. But I could be wrong, and I'll find out. But I'm going to go ahead and put 5 quarts. And we're going to go ahead and get the car cranked up. Now, I also went ahead and put on a sweater. I don't want to be getting burned here today. I really like to know whose bright idea it was to put the fill bolt right over the exhaust. Okay, so we're fixing to start warming the car up, and I'm going to get my scan tool and see where the temperature is at. It's probably going to take about 10 or 15 minutes. There's no need to worry about that plug. Transmission fluid is not going to come out of it. Okay, I got my MX808 here, Autel, and just went into the hot functions and the TCM, and we're going to go into the live data, and it'll start reading right here. So this has been a really good scan tool, and just going to wait for it to come up. We're at 27, and once we get to 50, we'll go ahead and crawl under there and check it out. Okay, so if you don't have a scan tool, you can also use one of those infrared scanners and check the temperature that way, or just let it warm up for a little bit. You know, it's going to be pretty close. We'll find out how many minutes that it's going to take, but once we get up to 50 degrees, we're going to be looking for, it says 26, but really, you know, we're right in between the 20 and 30 here, so at 25. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Okay, so as it turned out, I was wrong. I should have went with 4 quarts first. It's not going to focus at all, but it's not even up to temperature, and I went under there and it's above 40, so I'm going to have to let a little bit out and then pour that up and determine how much I went over. So maybe, but I was like up here, like at 45, and it's not even up to temperature. So I'm going to have to drain a little bit out, and then I'll show you how I'm checking it there. All right, I went on there and let a little bit out, and it looks like that I'm right at the 20 right now, but I'm also still not up to temperature. Okay, I managed to drain out exactly a full quart back out of there. I don't know how I managed that. So I'm thinking that 4 quarts is going to be the magic number for just a drain and fill. Okay, so I've got it to temperature. I'm going to try to see if I can show you going above this exhaust. I do have my sweatshirt, so I'm not getting burnt here, but it's definitely not. Okay, so I've got it slid down in there. I'm just going to lift it. There's like some wires in the way. Let's see what we got here. We're going to focus. Okay, so I got out here where I can see it, and it looks like it was at 27. That would be at the max, but it's pretty doggone close here. But you see how you're going to go up and check it. So now we just got to get the plug back on there. Okay, and just to show you, we got it at right at 50, and it takes a little bit to go up in increments, so you have time to get under there and check it. So if you got a scan tool, this is a good way to do it. Now, I was wrong. It took right at about 30 minutes to get this up to the temperature that I needed, but it probably depend on how much you're revving it and whatever. So the vehicle's been setting overnight as well. Okay, I went ahead and just turned the car off. Like I said, I got it at the max. I could drain out a little more if I wanted to. I feel like that it's close enough. So I'm going to go with that. But definitely on a drain and fill, you don't want to go more than 4 quarts. So unless it's bone dry, it doesn't take as much. So I'm going to go ahead and get my ratchet back up here like I showed you. Pointing the ratchet that way, and we're going to get it snug back up. Okay, so we got that snugged up. I'm going to go up and take the funnel back out. Okay, so you can see that funnel works really good. So I'll try to leave you some links for this, but it works out perfectly. Okay, so just to recap, it took a little less than 4 quarts really to get this. I'm a little bit on the max end. It would have been better if I would have drained out just a little bit more, but I drained out exactly a quart. So it could probably stand to have a little bit less, but I think it's fine. And but anyways, you see the tools that I used. I hope that you find this helpful, because it is a little bit of a pain, and getting the car up and having to get under it and everything. There's not a lot of room there. So other than just getting the car off the ramps and everything, it's all finished up, and at least we got some clean fluid in it, and got it up to more of a proper level, way better than it was. It was a little low before. So that's going to do it for the video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. As always, I invite you to subscribe, and thanks for watching.